Hello again, it is Zeri, Persian pen name on AO3, here for week, I don't know, whichever week it is, to read you more transition stories. Today, they are very special. These are stories by my lovely spouse, Kennesaw. Um, I had to pick ones that, this can be two shorter ones. He doesn't tend to publish a lot because he's very particular about tone and voice and etc. etc. Uh, so the first one, I am 98% canon blind. Uh, this is an old guard fic. It's called Remembrance. The pairing is Andromache of Scythia and Niall Freeman. I keep meaning to watch this one. I promise I will watch this one, Kennesaw. I will. Not today, though. I've got somewhere around me, Trixie Pup is running around. Anyway, this was a gift in Chocolate Box Round 7 for Highsmith. The title is Remembrance. When was the last time you were in Istanbul? What year is it again? Niall laughed and swatted Andy lightly on the arm before reaching down to take the other woman's hand in hers. Andy returned the smile and squeezed Niall's hand affectionately. For any real length of time? I'm not sure. After the Great War, but before the second one. 25, maybe? The Great War, Niall repeated, shaking her head. God, you're old. Andy bumped her shoulder into Niall's, laughing and grinning. You have no idea. I remember this place when the Thracians lived here, back before it was even Byzantium. Andy looked around to get her bearings. Antigonus defeated Cletus just a few miles that way, a couple of years after Alexander died. Cletus? Niall asked incredulously. It's a Greek name. Don't they teach you anything? Niall shrugged. Not so much, really. Go on, Grandma, tell me how it used to be. Annie rolled her eyes, but continued, letting Niall lead her through the streets, maddening in their mix of alien familiarity. All of that used to be orange groves after they brought them over from China. That's weird to think about, Niall mused. What? That they had to bring them over. Everything come from somewhere. You have to remember, I'm as old as I am, and I'd never tasted a tomato or corn until after Columbus. It is wild. Andy shrugged. Well, I think you'll enjoy the food where we're going. Where are you taking me? Should be right here. Niall pointed as they came around a corner. Karakoy Guluglu? It's supposed to be the best baklava in the world. It's the Istanbul branch of a place in Gaziantep. Andy stopped, stunned for a moment. Yeah. Damn, you already know it? Joe and Nikki didn't know it, so I thought maybe you wouldn't either. The website said this one wasn't founded until 1949 by one of the original founders' great-grandsons, Mehmet. Andy smiled and turned towards Niall. His name was Mehmet. He had this little scar on his face, which is where the name comes from. I can still remember his stall. I can't believe his family is still... So this is okay? Andy leaned forward to kiss Niall, softly but intensely. This is perfect. I love my spouse very much. He has included in here a joke that is not going to be funny to anybody else, but I'm going to put it in this video anyway. I remember when all this was orange groves. Bullshit. I love you. And he was so smug when he was telling me that he had put that joke in there. Yes, I have left kudos here already. I will leave them again. So there's that one, which I like very much. And here's another one, which I know is very dear to his heart. It's for Chocolate Box Round 5 for Suburban Sun. It's West Wing, Josh Lyman and Donna Moss. This man watches West Wing, like you would not believe. The name of this story is A Love Story in 7 Letters, again by Kennesaw. A note left inside Heinrich Breckengruber on the art and artistry of alpine skiing. Donna. From the moment you walked into the Manchester campaign office and made yourself my assistant, you have been invaluable to me and this team. I really think I could not do this job without you, and our work here means everything to me. I wish you a joyous Christmas, and I hope Heinrich Breckengruber here can teach you everything you want to know about skiing that I know I absolutely cannot. Merry Christmas, Josh. Draft email to jlyman@whitehouse.gov. Dear Josh, all day I've been trying to tell people about this Chinese satellite that's going to come crashing down on us, and no one, including you, is taking it seriously. I don't know what's wrong with you all, but I'm writing this now in case I'm right and you're all wrong about what's headed towards us. If it turns out that I'm going to die in a massive ball of fire, I want you to know that you're an idiot and that you should have listened to me and that I love you. That I've loved you since I'm not actually sure, but it had to have been close. But it had to have been close to when you handed me your staff badge on my first day with the campaign. I know you're my boss, and I know you probably don't see me that way, and I don't want to mess anything up. But I hate the idea of you never knowing how I felt about you. Email to jlyman@whitehouse.gov. Josh, I really don't know how you do this. You spent all day shooting down my idea for Molly Morello month. Fine, day. Making me jump through all these stupid hoops for what, I know, you keep telling me we couldn't do, and then you go and do something like this. I just got off the phone with Mrs. Morello and the president in the Oval Office. He spent 20 minutes talking with her about Beowulf and Twelfth Night and her plans for retirement. I don't know how you got all that information about her teaching Shakespeare at home. I didn't even know that. It was one of the sweetest things you've ever done, and I can't thank you enough. That you and the president could and would take the time to do this for me and Mrs. Morello. I'll never forget this. Draft email to jlyman@whitehouse.gov. Josh, I never thought I'd have to do this. I didn't mean to make trouble for you or the president. You know I would never intentionally do that. I was just so angry when Jack was reassigned, and it seemed like you weren't taking my concerns seriously. I came to you because I trust you to listen when it's important. And you were so very busy in brushing off my... I'm so sorry. If I could take it back, I would. If my resignation is what it takes to make up for this, Something is hitting my window. I'll finish this in a second. Draft email to dmoss@whitehouse.gov. I should have written back to you. I read your emails, all of them, every day, but I never wrote back. Why didn't I write back? Instead, I'm sitting here writing out this stupid email after the fact, while I'm on my way to Germany to see you, and I'm just wishing I'd written you back. I sent you on this assignment because I felt guilty, and you just wanted to do something more. I'm an idiot. I can't lose you. I'm so sorry. If something happens to you, I should have written you back. Note on hotel letterhead, crumpled near the wastebasket. Donna, I know, you know, most of my nights are pretty sleepless these days. I'm sure yours are the same. But last night was a whole new campaign stop hell. I spent the entire time thinking about you, just across the hall. And all the things I should say and should have said, and it was torture. I miss you so much, every day, and I don't know how to make it better. I wish you were here with me, trying to get Matt Santos elected, and not that moron in the... Email to dmoss@whitehouse.gov. Donna. Let me just say that 4 weeks is a ridiculously short amount of time to figure out everything I feel for you. But I also recognize I've had 8 damn years. I'm not going to say it to you for the first time in an email, so if you'll meet me at Dull's at 6 tonight with a bag packed, I'd like to take you on the vacation I've owed you for those same 8 years. I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best to make up for the time I've wasted. Josh. I really like this one. I've only seen West Wing by osmosis. It's usually playing on that screen back there. But it's enough that I've gotten to know the characters, and my spouse is very, very sweet, and I love him very much. And I like seeing him be romantic. Yeah, I'm biased. Yeah, so what? So what? Who cares? It's gonna happen. So that was this week's stories. There are definitely other stories I could read on here, but I'm not sure. Some of them are a little spicy, and I'm not sure if he wants those ones read. He said blanket permission, but if I can, specifically ask, I will. I might read those in the future. Who knows? But yes, I really enjoyed these ones. Of course, what's been going on this last week? Shit weather, just shit weather all around. It's been very cold. We've thankfully nothing has busted here. Not like last time. We had to get a whole new well house and all of that. We live out in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere. Just us and a bunch of cows. But this year we managed, knock wood, to not have anything bust so far, and didn't even lose power all that much. So, yay for that. And that's about all we've got. So I will hopefully see you guys next week. We're going to be going and visiting family for the holidays. I know the holidays are over, and they especially will be this time next week. I work in a service profession where I don't get holidays off, so we celebrate them when we can, as we can, etc., etc. I'm sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's not good. Where'd it go? Get back here. My sweater is about, the body of the sweater is about between a third and halfway done. Got the ribbing all done on the neck. It's very big. It is past the boob event horizon. So, I've got a lovely shirt. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. It's true. He's terrible. He's the worst. So, I think that's everything that's been going on in this past week. Just a lot of knitting, a lot of cold, a lot of being glad that I have sweaters, a lot of working. Yeah, that's all we got. See you next week.